day has come. The Chinese spinny boy is here. We're going to take this little thing out. Look at that little turbo. That is cute. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. It's tiny. It's spinny. I think it's going to work. Oh my god. It's so little. Look at this. Anyway, this is the turbo we're going to be putting on the Renli. Nice and small. It's only a 1.1 liter, so I'm not expecting it to have trouble with a little turbo. And we'll figure out where that's going to fit, and we'll get to fabricating. Still waiting for some of the piping to get here, so I can't do anything too crazy yet, but when the piping gets here, it's on. Alright, box of fabrication parts are here. I've already got this thing pulled apart, and I have created the, I'm gonna call it up pipe, because that's what it is really. It's like the Subaru, it's just an up pipe going to the turbo. So here's what I came up with. I cut the stock exhaust flange off, and I welded it to this pipe, and then I welded on the inlet flange for the turbo. So I went ahead and wrapped it all up. Now we're gonna go ahead and test fit it. Alright, so here you go. This is pretty much it. We've got the up pipe on, welded up, turbo's mounted. We got a charge pipe that I made out of a radiator hose, and then I just connected the down pipe right to the exhaust that was already on there. So we're still running one cat. I got rid of the other cat, and hopefully it doesn't give me too much of a problem. But she's all done, and I got the oil line here. I just gotta tighten the couple of fittings down here. I started it for a brief second and had a little leak, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that stuff, and then we'll go ahead and get her hot, see how she does. I'm pumped. That was not that crazy, and I am well under 500 bucks. I think I'm at like $400 to be honest with you. Let's see. Yeah, turbo was 120 bucks. FMU was 100 bucks. The flanges were $50, so that's 275-ish. And then I didn't even do a fuel pump yet. I might need to, we'll see. But I got an extra 100 bucks to do that. A couple of odds and ends piping wise. Extra 50 we'll call it. So this thing's cherry under 500 bucks. So let's cherry get it. Cherry the motor. Cherry. Anyway, we'll go ahead and I still got to do like an air filter on the front of the turbo. Go ahead and tighten up the fittings, then we'll start it up. And here she is running. And I don't see any leaks yet. This oil drain is suspect, but so far nothing. Okay, so that's good. We'll let her warm up, and then we'll see if she runs good or not. We'll see. What? Is it gonna do wheelies? No, it's not gonna do wheelies. Fuel pump. Gotta do this next. Forgot. I got it warmed up. Found a leak in the oil return, so we gotta fix that. But in the meantime, pulled out the stock pump, and we're putting in this as new E85 pump, because you never know where we're gonna go with this. So we'll get this back in there. It looks like it's a direct fit, it's the same size, and then we'll plop it back in. All right, the turbo is all set up. I added a little blow-off valve and also hot wired the fuel pump, so that way it can keep up with demand as the pressure increases from the FMU. So this is a pretty basic setup. We're all buttoned up. No more leaks. Ready for a real test drive. So let's go out and see what she does. It drives really good, as you can see, and I loaded it up on the dyno now so we can get an idea of what we're looking at power and air-fuel ratio wise. I want to make sure it's safe, so I don't want to keep beating on it if it needs fuel or whatnot. I also added a fuel pressure regulator, so I'm right at the $500 budget now. This is pushing me right to the edge. So we've got a regulator on board. The old one took crap. I went ahead and chucked it. It couldn't handle the pressure. So now we have the FMU and an adjustable fuel pressure regulator installed. That's going to take care of our extra fueling. And turbo is nicely tucked under there. Everything is good to go. So let's go ahead and run it up and just see what we're looking at for air-fuel ratio, and I'll start easing into it, and then we'll make a power run when it's ready to go. So hold tight. Really good, not too bad at all actually. First pull right there, and that is over 95 horsepower. That is 97 horsepower with 96, almost 97 foot-pounds of torque as well. So we are right there. That's exactly what we were expecting. Boost is right at 8 psi, and that's a great pickup. We're talking almost 40 horsepower gain from 8 psi on a turbo, and that's a small turbo, so not too bad at all. Here's a comparison. You can see the difference. it's massive. So really happy with that. The turbo's doing exactly what it's supposed to, and guess what? The clutch isn't slipping, so that's a big plus. I don't have to replace that clutch now. I was worried about that. I'm not worried about it anymore. It feels real good and solid. Power was pulling all the way to redline. This is running a little lean though, so I am gonna have to do something about turning the fuel up a little more. We'll see if I can get more out of it. But aside from that, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So mission accomplished on this one. So here's where we ended up. I made one more pull cold, and we did hit 100 horsepower, so it's official. 101 to the wheel, and almost 101 torque as well. That's solid, and I'm happy. So it is running lean. I'm gonna have to do something about that, but for the sake of the argument, we did make it under 500 bucks, 100 horsepower to the wheel, and I couldn't be happier. This thing is fun.